We traveled today through a vast expanse of cornfield, cattle, and dusty bowls to ask the age-old question, what's the matter with Kansas? Nationwide, millions upon millions of Americans partake today in an unofficial high holiday, 420. Kansans rolled out en masse in the 2022 midterms to say puff, puff, pass to the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. This decision of the court reflects the world Amy Coney Barrett chooses to live in. For Kansans, it harshed their vajibes. So why in the waving wheat has Kansas failed to evolve on the marijuana frontier? We're smack dab in the heart of America, in Topeka. To bluntly address this issue was State Senator David Haley. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today, Senator Haley.
Thank you for having me.
Kansas has been considered the land of Oz, a flyover state, home of Fred Phelps. Which do you think best represents Kansas?
Some of those are archaic, but in reality, Kansas is the home of aviation and of computers and a large array of people that are not only agricultural, but very committed to a good place to raise a family.
If Kansas is considered part of the heartland, then why are its laws towards medical marijuana so heartless?
It has been an anathema, a puzzle.
That was a rhetorical question. Let's review. Colorado, who's already on that Rocky Mountain high, passed medical marijuana decades ago. In 2018, Oklahoma gave the green light to medical. In 2022, Missouri, the Florida of the Midwest, said, show me recreational. Shucks. Even the Huskers in Nebraska decriminalized it. In 46 out of 50 states, medical marijuana and its neutered nephew CBD are law of the land. In 2009 and again in 2013, you introduced the Cannabis Care Compassion Act. This would have allowed for Kansans to use medical marijuana. What exactly is standing in Kansas's way?
Probably the learning curve of many of the legislators that are here in our state. It's very clear on not only marijuana, but other major issues. The way that the legislators have voted is not exactly the way that the people who sent them to Topeka want them to vote. Knowing exactly what our constituents want, I think that's what's still standing in the way of us being one of the last states now.
Many battles have been won on the Western weed front. What will it take to convince Kansas lawmakers to surrender to the will of the people? How can Kansans manifest their weed destiny and roll out voters to the polls?
Staying involved, staying active, we hear that all the time. It's the applied, clear, detailed voice in districts where there are marginalized votes, especially in the Senate. It has been the Senate, my chamber, that's been slow to act. And even though leadership, the Kansas Senate has sat on it, the will of the people will at some time be heard. We just have to really stay diligent as we watch the rest of the country become fully accessible.
It's been said that canine units could be rendered ineffective through legal cannabis. Nobody wants to see McGruff out of a job. Do you think we could retrain canine units to sniff out bombs or cocaine, even fentanyl? Do you think we can teach old dogs new tricks?
We can certainly teach McGruff the new trick and help him take a bigger bite out of crime by not having the crime on the books in the first place of possession of an innocuous substance that grows naturally. Imagine if all the people that are currently charged with the crime for possession or for use of marijuana were no longer persecuted, prosecuted, incarcerated. Wouldn't we be helping McGruff more than any other retraining could do?
Absolutely.
What? Wait, hey, you can't do that in here. You can't.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. You are the man. Man. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the people?
Well, yes, but probably not in this setting. But just to say that it's important to keep voting and to keep engaged and to really push for those things that we know are reflective of the public mood. And it's time to continue to keep Kansas open and free and accessible to all the things that other Kansans and other states have, like choice and care, medicinally or recreationally.
Thank you so much for your time today, Senator Haley. I think that's a very important message for the voters. My mother and Martha Stewart always said you should bring a gift for your host, if I may.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
It's skunk weed.
Oh,
It's drought resistant and almost impossible to kill, like the American spirit.
well, thank you. Here's to the American spirit, and thank you for the skunk weed.
Before we go, do you know the song America the Beautiful?
Oh, beautiful for
Yeah.
spacious skies, for amberwood. Yes,
Would you sing it with me?
sure. Not very good, but
That's all right. We've actually adapted some of the lyrics for copyright purposes, but I'm sure you'll be able to follow along.
okay.
Oh, beautiful for bloodshot eyes, for amber hairs on bud, for purple Kush majesties above Keef powdered plains. America, marijuana. The people love their weed, and God crowned it good in ABAC wood. From wax to shining wax.
Above the fruited plains.
Thank you for your time, Senator Haley. I'll smoke this outside.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Oh,